Hello everybody and welcome back to Punapuu Ridge, where in this episode we will be building an enclosure for the Sloth Bears as I have promised. And this episode is going to be one of 3 episodes. It's a 3-part build because this is the episode where we will be building the Bear Trail. Bear Trail is basically a little part of our zoo where you can look at multiple enclosures with different species of bears, with the Sloth Bear as the centerpiece, as this is the new animal of the new update of the Eurasian Animal Pack. But there will be 2 other bear species, mainly more specifically the sun bear and also the Himalayan brown bear, which is quite an unpopular pick, but I'll explain in that episode why I chose the Himalayan brown bear. But yeah, they're all Asian species, most importantly, since this is the Asian bit of the zoo as well. So Sloth Bear, Sun Bear, and Himalayan Brown Bear. I didn't do the Formosan Black Bear, which I will also explain in the Himalayan Brown Bear episode. But for this episode, we will be doing the Sloth Bear, and then the next episode will be the Sun Bear, and then the Himalayan Brown Bear for the last part of this 3-part whole bit, I guess, in the Punapuu Ridge series, or the Bear Trail. And this enclosure in particular is inspired by the giant pandas from the Paradise Zoo in Belgium. And well, it's a very loose, very loose inspiration, just a generic shape kind of, and also the fact that there's like an indoor like cave where you can go in and look at the bears as they sleep or hang around when it's raining. Which is just, it's a very loose kind of inspiration from the Paradise Panda enclosure, far from a recreation. But also in the real life equivalent, there's this huge like rock cave building where you can go into, and then the outside has a nice kind of bamboo fence and a little moat, but the actual content and even the shape is not the same, and the content of the enclosure is completely different as well. And the most of it's different, just the generic idea. And in this first bit, we are actually building the cave. So this is the huge kind of cave where I use the same template as I've used in a couple of previous episodes, with this kind of cliff face that I first used in the Wisent episode, and then later on also in the Takin episode I used this same template blueprint that I built, and now I'm recycling it again and using it for the generic shape and build-up of this bear cave, the Sloth Bear cave to be more precise. And on one side will be a big window where you can look at the Sloth Bears hanging out and eating or sleeping or whatever they do in there. And on the other side there's a nice like plant feature with some like native species from like India, native plant species from Southeast Asia, and stuff like that. And then yeah, the interior is quite basic, I guess. It's just, you know, it's rocks. There's nothing special, very naturalistic rocks. Try to make the cave feel as cave-like as possible. I didn't use any stalactites or stalagmites. I didn't want to didn't want to make it feel like an actual spooky kind of cave, or even just like an actual cave. It's more of a hole in a rock face, more than an actual deep cave with water. Like most caves have water, since that's how caves are actually formed. Interestingly, that's also the same reason why stalactites form. It's because of that water that then drips down, and in certain sediment it can cause the formation of stalactites and stalagmites. And yeah, for the inside, it's a big concrete floor, but I gave it some like rock features, you could say, where they would maybe sit on top of, which is also inspired, but as I said, from the Paradise Zoo. Like in the Paradise Zoo, the pandas also have these like rock plateaus where they can sit on. I think the zoo also has like hammocks, but I didn't include any hammocks. It's just the rocks. But that's mostly the inside done. I'll do the plants at the end as well, but for now that's the inside done. And the outside, I will be building a sort of like climbing structure over this slightly elevated bit in the middle, And you can walk all the way around, so it's basically a 360 enclosure. You can view them from literally any angle, even indoors. So it's a full-on 360 view. And yeah, I tried to make the cliff face look as nice as possible with the rocks. And I tried to really get into that realism for this enclosure. I really wanted to make this feel like it could be in a real zoo. So I think I succeeded at that at most. Not the backstage. I haven't done any of the backstage. I mean, I have like a backstage entrance, but since you don't see it, it's completely blocked off. I haven't done anything on like making the backstage look like a backstage. It's just it's a hollow, empty room. But I don't think it's not a big issue, since you don't really, as I said, you don't really see it, so it doesn't really matter. About the sloth bears themselves, this is by far, without a doubt, the best bear species, as in quality, not as in personal preference, but it's just the quality of the design is by far the most detailed and most impressive bear species that we have in the game currently. Yeah, it's way beyond any other bear in the game right now, especially compared to the base game bears like the grizzly bear, the Himalayan brown bear, the Formosan black bear, and there's another one. Oh yeah, the panda, of course. Those look so low poly and basic compared to the sheer quality of the sloth bear, especially because the sloth bear is a very different looking bear, because it's very scruffy and long hairs and stuff like that. It looks very scruffy. That's the best description, really. And fun fact, Blue the bear from the Jungle Book is actually supposed to be a sloth bear, even though in the cartoon it looks more like a Formosan black bear. Well, not specifically Formosan, but it looks more like an Asiatic black bear instead of a sloth bear. But it's definitely supposed to be a sloth bear. And sloth bears are native to India, where also obviously the Jungle Book is set in India as well. So I think now we have every single animal species except for the monkeys. We don't have all the monkeys from the Jungle Book. But besides that, I think we have every single Jungle Book species. So if you want to, you could recreate a Jungle Book scenes with all the animals in place. Except for then the monkeys, which I'm not sure what the monkey species are supposed to be. I think a couple of them are gibbons, which we do have. We have 2 gibbon species, and also the orangutan, definitely, obviously, the King Julian, whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about. The Jungle Book now. I mean, it has some relation with Sloth Bear, I guess. But yeah, that's a fun fact, I guess, that I wanted to share. But now I'm working on the climbing structure that I mentioned, and as you saw, I also placed down the beaver dam, pool, which I was quite surprised that they can use it, which it actually makes sense. It's just a pool, but it's weird because I thought it was just specifically for, the beaver dam. I thought maybe they would do something with the wood or something like that, like the beavers do, but no, they don't. It's the exact same animation with the normal, splash pool. The splash pool that they added in the Australia update, I think it was, the Australia pack update. It's just a basic splash pool, but, well, that's how they use it. It's just they go in it and they have a little splash, and then they go back out. But so I could have used the normal splash pool, but the thing was that this beaver pond, or the beaver pool, looks very naturalistic, the beaver dam pool. So it was very easy for me to blend it right into the environment without having to add custom rocks and stuff like that. So it was basically just for simplicity's sake for myself, since with the actual splash pool is very synthetic with the blue kind of color that it has, the blue pool basically. And they just saw it in the speed build. The bear actually just uses it as a splash pool, which is a really fun animation. So you should definitely check it out for yourselves as well. And then, as I said, the actual enclosure is completely 360 viewable, but I will have different kind of viewing points around different parts of the enclosure. So there will be a normal fenced off area with the fence that I'm building right now, with this bamboo fence, fitting in this kind of Indian / Southeast Asian theme. at 2 parts, and then there will be a glass area which you saw as well, which is just the 3 glass panes, where you have like a better view, I guess, of a close-up view, since there's no actual little like what's the correct name, like the water the little water hole ravine. It's not a ravine, I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. It's the little thing, the separator, the water separator. But yeah, from at the glass area, you're right up near the bear, so they can come up right up to the glass, which is quite fun. And then at the end, this like corner bit, I'm building a rock feature with these small peek holes where you can peek through as well, with some glass windows. So that's what you'll see me build right here, which a lot of the zoos have those kind of things as well, where you have to like kind of, it's a little peeky hole, so you have to kind of like look down, peek through the hole, maybe you see something. It's not really the best view, but it's kind of that very zoo aesthetic. And then after that, there's a whole bunch of plants which you should definitely stay and check out as well. But I will leave you for now though, so enjoy the rest of the speed build. And the next 2 episodes will be about the bears as well, and they should be relatively quick as well. Like the upload should be quite fast, so hopefully I won't let you wait too long, I hope. But for now, I guess enjoy the rest of the speed build, and definitely stay tuned for the end of the episode, where we will do a walkthrough of the enclosure as well. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and yeah, as I said, I'll see you at the end of the video. Bye-bye. So, welcome to Punapuu Ridge. Last episode we worked on this habitat of the Takin, but this episode we'll move over to the next exhibit, which is all the Sloth Bears. And there is a Sloth Bear cave, which we will visit in a bit, but first let's visit the bear trail, which this bear trail will also include some other Asiatic bears, including the sun bear, and possibly even the Formosan black bear, maybe the Himalayan brown bear, but probably not. But for now, we have our new sloth bears, which we will be able to visit right here, which have a beautiful view from this, path, I guess. And it goes all the way around. It's virtually a 360 view. And they have a lot of climbing structures where they can go and climb on top of. So, really interesting to see them climb about. This side is where the other bears will be able to be viewed, so there will probably be a sun bear right here. But now let's look at the sloth bears. There's one climbing up there, right there. Oh, nice. And they're so funny looking, aren't they? I think they're the second or third smallest bear species in the world. I think second smallest, after the sun bear, of course. And yeah, we'll continue. So this is like the glass view, a nice upfront view. If we move around here, we have some like peek holes, some holes where you can like peek through, maybe spot a bear or two, you know. Maybe there's one there, no. And then finally another like larger kind of view of the bears having a good old time, although I think all of them are inside right now, which is not a problem, because we can actually view the bears via the Sloth Bear cave. Yeah, so we have two bears sleeping here, so really cool to have them in here as well, so they can show off their little cave that they have. And this cave, and also the exterior, is actually inspired by the giant panda enclosure in Paradisa. Just like the previous episode, this is inspired by Paradisa, but instead of giant pandas, we have sloth bears. Actually, now that I think about it, we could also have giant pandas in the zoo as well, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. But yes, very beautiful. And then on the other side we have some nice decorations as well. That's basically the enclosure. I hope you enjoyed this build. You can suggest whatever you'd like to see in the next episode. But for now, I'll guess I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.